Hey everyone, thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Today we're going to talk about Ethereum, the long journey. If you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and also check out the Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below. Let's go ahead and jump in. So cryptocurrency in general is not for the faint of heart. Okay, it's just not for the faint of heart. It's for people who understand that there is downside risk in the short term, but that those that stay put and don't go anywhere, these are the people that tend to gain the most, okay? Now, of course, arguably, we could look at the market and say, well, hey, I mean, yeah, that's nice and all, but it sure would be nice to be able to time these types of momentum shifts and sell at these peaks and then buy back down here. And I agree. And of course, that's what we focus on the channel and the premium list, right, which you guys know about. So we focus on that. However, we also look at this and say, hey guys, I mean, when you look at the Ethereum Bitcoin valuation, this is a journey, okay? And this journey is a long one. All right, before we even made it into this channel up here, I said I think, this rectangle is going to be our general reaccumulation phase of the Ethereum Bitcoin valuation, that we would probably spend a significant amount of time in that price range, in that valuation against Bitcoin. And we also have our general uptrend channel, all right? The same thing. And we've been on this journey for a long time. I mean, you could argue we first got into this channel back in July of 2019. So almost 2 years now, and we came down and we came up. Okay, and this was sort of our double bottom phase. I know some of you guys really like your traditional TA. You have your double bottom, right? You have your the bottom here, double bottom here, and a momentum shift of the Ethereum Bitcoin valuation. And then the roller coaster begins, right? You go down and then you go up. And then sometimes you go up to the halfway point and then you go back down. Sometimes you go back up to the top of the channel and then you go back down, and then back up to the halfway point and then back down. Back up to the top and then back down. And so far we're moving up. Okay? It's the same roller coaster. Same roller coaster. What's changed? Well, the quantitative part of it has changed. Qualitatively, it's basically the same. It's the same thing, right? It's just going between, a general momentum shift of the Ether Bitcoin valuation. And while anytime it goes down, everyone's depressed and says that Ethereum's going to go away, and when it's going up, everyone says Ethereum's the best thing since sliced bread. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. We're still on the same trend we've been on for about 2 years now. And, if we go back up to the top of the channel, everyone's going to be super bullish. If we come back down, everyone's going to be super bearish. At some point, we'll have a bleed against Bitcoin. We have that a lot of times in Q4. So if that happens, everyone will be bearish. Then maybe again in January, everyone will be super bullish again on Ethereum. But in general, we have to look at the journey and recognize that it's potentially a long one. Okay, I mean, we're just going based off what we have so far. Now, you could argue that we might break out of this channel and put in a major bubble against Bitcoin, all right? And then things could then change. You could also argue that, hey, what if we drop out of the uptrend channel for a while and then just go sideways here for a while and then continue the journey? However, so far, this is what we have to work with. What do you notice? Over the macro scale, it goes up and it goes down, but it mainly goes up. Because yesterday's lows, you could say like today's lows, talking as if we were back here in late March, were prior highs, okay? And this is just how it generally works, okay? And then over here, these highs, 0.0366, if we dump back down to 0.0366, everyone's gonna be super bearish again. So while the roller coaster goes up and down, the journey stays the same, and hopefully our destination stays the same too. Now, if we were to generally draw this out a lot further and discuss, all right, well, to give you an idea, I mean, this is a long time period. This is 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. If we keep moving up, and let's just casually continue this out, right? Just casually move it on out. And then we'll do the same thing with the bottom one, right? Just casually break it on out. Okay. Do I think we will maintain this uptrend channel exactly like this for that period of time? Probably not, right? Probably not. But what it does show is that if we stay on this path of going back up to the top several times, just repeating business as usual, if we keep doing it, and let's say we do something like this, and then we come back up to the top, and then we go back down in Q4, and everyone's super bearish, and then we even have a December capitulation, we go back up in January, and if we just keep doing something like this for a long time, and we go through these bearish phases and these bullish phases, you're looking potentially at 2022 before you're going to see an Ethereum Bitcoin valuation of 10%, of 0.1, okay? And that would honestly, on this valuation, be somewhat bullish. I mean, if it's at the bottom of the valuation, it could still take it maybe even into 2023 potentially. So, of course, things can change. We know that things can change. If the whole market just decides to go completely chaotic and the Ethereum Bitcoin valuation goes up to 0.1 in the short term or something crazy like that, then obviously this trend might no longer be valid. Or if we decisively break out of this trend and then start trending sideways for a while in our reaccumulation band, then yeah, I mean, the same goes there as well. We're just saying, hey, if we continue along our general uptrend channel, recognizing that even if we don't go to the top now, what if we come back down? It fakes everyone out. It goes back down and then it goes back up. Or we just do something like that. It just doesn't really matter exactly what happens in the short term. It just doesn't change the fact that our journey is generally up for the Ethereum Bitcoin valuation. To give you an idea, back in December of 2019, we were at 0.0176. December of 2020, everyone was super bearish, but the bottom of our weekly candles were at 0.026. Okay? Today, everyone's really bullish. Now we're at 0.042, or actually 0.0435. Everyone's super bullish. I'm contending now there's a decent chance that in December of 2021, people could be very bearish about this very same Ethereum Bitcoin valuation, around 0.0, but maybe between 0.04 and 0.05. So it goes to show you how quickly sentiment can change in the market. We know that sentiment can change on a dime. We recognize that anyone trying to make short-term price predictions, if they don't obviously qualify it with the fact that it's a very dubious play, they are basically playing with fire, because eventually they will be very wrong. And so that's why I think people should just sort of have a broader perspective on the market and say, you know what? If we go to the top, great. If we go back down and then go to the top, who cares, right? We're still generally moving up. And you can't really dispute the fact that we've been saying that on this channel for a year and a half now. And it's true. I mean, we're just generally moving up. And yes, there's bearish times, and yes, there's bullish times. People buy, people sell. And sometimes the inflows are more than the outflows, and sometimes the outflows are more than the inflows. But generally speaking, there's more interest, there's more buying pressure for Ethereum on the Ethereum Bitcoin valuation. It's moving up relative to Bitcoin. It makes sense. The market capitalization is lower. It takes less volume to move it. Of course, there is more risk to the downside. Okay, so where do we stand now? We're just above the middle of our channel, but we're also back up to the prior local top on the weekly candles. Okay, we'll see what happens, right? We'll see what happens. We'll see if it's just one of our little bunny hills on the route, to a later move to the actual upside, or if we just go straight to the top. Okay. If you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up. Also check out the Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below. We also have the premium list at intothecryptoverse.com. You can find a link to that in the description below. You'll get access to weekly reports and videos, Telegram alerts channel, Telegram chat room, the risk dashboard, the Into the Cryptoverse app, the first NFT for Into the Cryptoverse coming very, very soon. And a few other things. So make sure you guys sign up, check out the Telegram channel, subscribe, turn on alerts, give the video a thumbs up. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Bye.